Fellas, I don't like Five Below. I just kind of liked perusing them a couple years back. What an interesting store. It's not a dollar store. It's not even a $5 store anymore. I've seen shit for $20 here. But the original concept behind Five Below is that everything at the store is $5 or below. Of course, with our ever-changing economy, that concept's been thrown out the window, and you'll find a lot of things at Five Below under the Five Beyond section. What a crock of shit. Of course, I understand, but come on, it's in your name. You're Five Below, damn it. Start acting like it. Pretty much the whole thing with this store, and I have absolutely no source on this, but, like, come on. I assume Five Below buys, like, surplus stock from other stores or warehouses or whatever. Pretty much a bunch of stuff that, like, didn't sell at other places, or just they had too much of it and they gotta sell it, so they sell it to Five Below for cheap, and then Five Below just makes a profit off of that. Of course, I don't know if that's actually their business model, but, like, come on, look at half of the stuff you see at this store. Like, seriously, some of this is useful stuff. Most of this is clearance bin Walmart crap. But with it all in one place and under the disguise of it being all at an affordable price, oh boy, is it fun. The thing is with bargain chains like this is, while a lot of the stuff that they do offer is at a fair price, some of it is kind of sneakily overpriced for what they are. Something at Five Below might be like $4, when at Walmart, it's actually like $2. But you bought it all at Five Below, so of course you got a good deal. At least you can keep telling yourself that. So what's my history with this chain? Well, I remember going here with my parents when I was younger, probably around like 15 or 16. Like a new one popped up nearby us, and we went in, and yeah, I thought it was kind of fun. This is like one of the most fun, like, dick around kind of stores. Like, if you just want to see what kind of crap they got, yeah, it's a fun way to waste 30 minutes. I think the main thing I always really enjoyed about this place is, like, the candy section. They always have, like, a fun assortment of candy. You know, a lot of unique flavors, a lot of the stuff that you'd see at more, like, specialty stores, I guess, or more gimmicky candy. There's some cool options just available. And, you know, they would also have, like, random stuff like, oh, you know, the electronics section. Back when I went, they were selling, like, DVDs and video games and all of that stuff, and I thought that was cool as hell. Especially in 2016, there was a time in which Five Below was stocking The Legend of Zelda Triforce Heroes, Yokai Watch, and Star Fox Zero. Which was pretty wild, like $5 for each of those games. Like, they had a Legend of Zelda game there, they had Yokai Watch, they had Star Fox Zero, which came bundled with Star Fox Guard, and then in addition, they had a bunch of Animal Crossing amiibo there. That was pretty cool to see. As a consumer, as the Nintendo leech that I am inside, I kind of was heartbroken to see that Nintendo products were, oh no, in the clearance bin store. It's still pretty cool. I think the copy of Yokai Watch that I have was actually from Five Below. And oh boy, do I have a load of Star Fox Zero copies. Oh yes, I do. But for the most part, most of the games they'd have at Five Below were kind of just the stuff nobody really wanted. I mean, like, I've always kind of liked this concept. You ever go to, like, a dollar store and you see, like 5 games they have for some reason? I did a whole Ask Scott the Woz episode about this back in 2021. But yeah, dollar store video games I always found interesting because it's always just the most random junk. Like most of the time it's just like some licensed kids game on the Wii or PlayStation 2 or Xbox 360. A lot of times it's just like the stuff that never sold anywhere else, or just like they just have an old copy of randomly. Or then they might actually have like an actual damn good game. I don't know. And don't even get me started on drugstores. I went to a Rite Aid in 2021 and I got a copy of Puss in Boots on the Wii for $20. And that is when I realized buying video games this way is one of the worst ways you could possibly do it. Stuff like this being available at stores that don't normally sell video games is literally just there for when you're going to, you know, in this case, a drugstore, and you're bringing your kid along, and the kid is literally wandering around. They got nothing better to do. They're looking around. They look in the, you know, the DVD video game section, and they're like, oh boy, I want this. And, you know, they beg you to buy it. And, you know, that's why they're able to sell this stuff at $20. I don't know how many people were buying it, other than me. But that made me think, you know, I kind of wanted to go to Five Below again because it's been so long since I've truly been there, and I kind of wanted to buy some video games there. I wanted to see what kind of fun video games I could get at Five Below, because every time I went to Five Below throughout the years, and oh, believe me, I've gone to Five Below throughout the years. Again, it was kind of just my dick around store. If I just had some time to kill, and I was just like, hey, I got $20 burning a hole in my pocket, let's see what kind of dumb stuff I can get. And a lot of times, you know, like they would be selling like these little practical joke things, like fake vomit. Oh boy, sometimes you get legitimately good deals. This time when I went, which I'm about to show you all the stuff that I got, but they had like a bunch of random like little board game kind of things that, you know, you would see at like Target or something for like 20 bucks. Of course, these were like grab and go versions, so they're probably like, you know, consolidated smaller versions, but they were like $5 a pop for like some fun little looking party games to play with friends. Like, I'm like, hell yeah, I'll take that. But as much as I kind of went there for like a laugh or just to feel something, I am always kind of interested to see what video games are available at stores like this. And not only stores like this, but like any store. Like if I'm at Target, if I'm at Walmart, I always kind of like find my way to the video game section just to look for a second. Not even because like I buy games there, because for the most part, I buy most of my games on like Amazon, Best Buy. That's about it. But just because, like, I kind of just like to see what's going on. And the past couple of years have been a little miserable. Most general purpose retail stores that used to have, like, DVDs, movies, video games, they don't do that stuff anymore. Best Buy stopped selling DVDs and Blu-rays, which is, like, crazy. But it's also, like, you know, I'm kind of going, like, yeah, when was the last time I bought a DVD from them? But it's still really sad. There's something missing going to some of these stores now because, like, there's just no movies I'm seeing anymore. A lot of them still have video games, but even then, like, I'm starting to see that get phased out. Meijer is kind of more of like a, I don't know, in my general area of America, retail chain. It's basically just a Walmart. And yeah, they stopped selling movies. They still sell video games, but their section has been dramatically downsized. And now checking it out, it's a little boring, a little sad. So I was just thinking, like, I'm like, hey, let me go to Five Below, because, hey, if nobody's buying DVDs anymore, surely Five Below would have, like, bought the surplus of stock of DVDs from all these places, and they would be selling DVD. They don't. They don't do it. This was the first time I went to Five Below in years, and yeah, I mean, it's more of the same, but it's also obviously like expanded and downsized in different ways. Oh, this place is still Five Below, don't get me wrong. Like, I know a Five Below when I see one. They still got all the same type of crap I love them for. But at the same time, it almost feels like overwhelming, all the stuff that they have. It's kind of hard to like keep track of everything. You know, and that's kind of cool. They have a lot of stuff, and a lot of it does seem pretty decently priced, I guess, but I mean, it's all over the place. They had Mr. Clean magic erasers in the beauty section. Okay. But considering all of the fun video games I remember seeing at Five Below throughout its history, I really wanted to see what kind of video games I could get at Five Below here in the year of 2025. This is gonna be a little weird. Because to be honest, these aren't video games. I did not see a single, like, traditional physical video game there. I saw a lot of video game themed things, which is, you know, nice to see the fact that, you know, a lot of video game brands are big enough and popular enough to have, like, a bunch of merchandise and stuff available here. And I bought as much of it as I could find because I thought it, you know, like, I wanted to talk about it here. But yeah, I did not see anything like Yokai Watch on 3DS for $5. What I did see, though, was this piece of shit. This is a 23-in-1 super game. As we can clearly see, it is an old-looking LCD game in the general mold of an original PSP. But don't get too excited. We have this dopey-ass arcade machine that's sort of the same vibe. It's also kind of a crappy little LCD game, but it has 100 retro games in it. These are like the closest things to video games that I could get there, like traditional video games I could buy at Five Below. When I say closest things, I mean they are video games. They are little video game portable players. It's honestly kind of sad when I'm kind of looking at this kind of stuff. These are things that I found at Meijer, because I want to do a similar thing with Meijer, like gaming at Meijer. These little like crappy My Arcade little portable systems with like hundreds of lame-ass retro-style games included on them. That you get these for like 20 bucks or something. Like, these are making me kind of like wish we got something like this, but no, this is like these are already like scraping the bottom of the barrel. Buddy, there is a hole in the barrel and it goes far deeper, and this is what I found. Well, thankfully, everything I bought here at Five Below was in fact $5 or below. So this is basically my version of keeping Christ in Christmas. I did see like a Five Beyond section of like tech stuff. If you wanted like a keyboard or some other stuff for like 20, maybe even 30 bucks. I'm just going like, man, who the hell are you if you're doing that? You're really gonna spend $20 on a keyboard at Five Below? Weird ass. Now the cool thing about the 23-in-1 Super Game is that it does come with printed off instruction page. This genuinely feels like something that I printed off on an HP inkjet. You know what's kind of garbage? So it's a 23-in-1, and the first 8 games are variations of the game Block Builder. And then the last 8 games are also variations of the game Block Builder. I hate this shit, man. Just own up to it. Is it really that unappealing to say it's 8 games? Yeah, you have 8 in 1. Like, what's so sexy about the number 23? I really hate how pretty much all of these things require a screwdriver to open the battery compartment now. I understand it's definitely like a safety thing. Like, they want it to be very deliberate how you put batteries in. Oh my god. Oh, this is pretty interesting. It seems like this entire game system is comprised of basically trying to find any possible game you could create out of Tetris blocks. That's what Block Builder is. Block Builder is literally just a Tetris clone. But other games, you have like this shooter game where pretty much the little shooting ship at the bottom, or the tank at the bottom, is pretty much just like a T block from Tetris. I'm gonna be honest, this isn't like a horrible thing. It's honestly a little charming how much they're able to get out of such a small, horrible little screen like this. For $5, I mean, you could do better. I mean, I was able to get Yokai Watch for $5 from this store a couple years back. Now, would I rather play a knockoff of Tetris on a $5 handheld or Yokai Watch? The answer I will give may piss you off. This obviously isn't anything outstanding at all. Like, I'm not gonna praise it, but for $5, kind of just like a cheap little handheld like this, I mean, it is what it is. I think it's kind of a cute little way to spend $5 at Five Below. It's honestly one of the better, like, $5 items you could potentially get there. Of course, like, the market for something like this, I feel like this is only really gonna be, like, enjoyed by, like, very young children who who don't really have many other video games. But, I mean, even then, I mean, like, it's kind of fun to just hold, I guess. I don't know. I'm trying, man. Let's check out this pile of junk. As I can already see from the back, this is a very similar deal where pretty much every one of these 100 retro games are very much like based off of the exact same graphics. The exact same blocks are used in every single one of these games. Damn, this has a date of production sticker on it. We got a fresh one. I hope that's not an expiration date. I think it was. What an odd duck this already is. Let's see what this is all about. Okay, I I already dislike playing on this thing tremendously. The joystick is so stiff. I mean, like, I'm not looking for, like, perfection out of these. I'm not looking for a world-class D-pad or button experience. It's just really difficult to play anything. I'm playing like this Tetris-like game, and playing it on this thing was just so much easier. As rubbery as these buttons are, you know, they aren't anything special, but it's just like I can actually play whatever the hell this is. And yeah, honestly, a lot of these games are also like the same thing as the stuff on this one, except they like fill it out with like, oh, it's 100 retro games. Firstly, I hate the concept that they call them like, oh, it's 100 retro games. Like, no, none of these are not like old school classic games. They might be rip-offs of classic games, but it's also like they're rip-offs of classic games using fucking Tetris blocks instead of the graphics. I mean, at the very least, you can use this as like a little display piece. Like, you can put this on your desk, and it's just like, oh, that's cool. But at the same time, there's like a million tiny little arcade machines out there that could be little things that you put at your desk that are a million times more functional than this. And even then, like, for $5, I can't remember, I don't recall, like, how much, like, let's say, you know, the tiny arcades are, you know, those tiny little keychain-based arcade machines are. I could swear, like, they're around $10. So it's just, like, if you just pay $5 more, you get an actual arcade game that's actually playable, as small as those things are. This control stick is so stiff, none of this is fun. This is actually doable because of the D-pad. This is nearly unplayable. I just from playing this for 2 minutes, I find absolutely no enjoyment out of this. The form factor is more fun than, you know, this little PSP wannabe. But, yeah, I'm already done with this. Damn, I know, the Retro Arcade 100 Retro Games fan base is going, damn you, Scott, you son of a bitch! And to that I say, let me pray to God that the Vortex Elite Gamer fandom is accepting new applicants. I'm gonna be honest, this just seems like a version of Simon Says, but on something that vaguely resembles a game controller. I don't even think this really resembles a game controller. I mean, like, I think it's one of these things where calling it Elite Gamer, calling this product Elite Gamer, almost makes you look at this more like it's a game controller than ever before. Because fundamentally, like, yeah, sure, it has a vague shape like a game controller, but also, like, not really. Like, if you really wanted this to look like a game controller, I feel like the grips should be a little more prominent. Instead, it's like, I don't know, it's like the top mimics the bottom. So it's just like, yeah, it looks kind of like a game controller, but like the shape is vaguely similar, and but that's about it. Instructions are already higher quality than what we got with the 23-in-1. Don't tell me you want this.
Select game. Speed clicker, level 1. Select game. Speed clicker, level 2.
I am really confused by this thing.
Select game. Speed clicker, level 1. Select game. Speed clicker, level 1.
What the hell is this? Okay, I'm having a huge problem with this. So, there's like this switch on the bottom here that kind of turns it on and off. Maybe. But then you have an on-off switch.
Select game.
And it tells me to select game.
Speed clicker, level 1.
So, oh, well now it's doing stuff. Okay, so it has a bunch of little games that you can play. I think the setup here is a little confusing. I didn't know what the hell was going on for a little bit there, where I turned it on and then it says select a game, and then I try to select a game, and then I'd hear the same sound effect play where it would practically like turn off the device. I don't know if it's in like demo mode or something, but yeah.
Exit the game.
I don't like things like this where like they don't have like very user-friendly designs. I'm like, I don't know how to control this thing when it's just barking orders at me or something.
Select game.
Like, why is it saying that when I just turned it on and off?
Exit the game.
Exit the game.
Select game.
Select the game. Exit the game.
Select game.
I'm turning it on and off. What the hell does it mean? Exit the game, like it's telling me, oh, do you want to exit the game? Okay.
Exit the game.
Okay, to be fair, like, okay, the little whack-a-mole game is kind of fun. Okay, I think the way this is designed is obviously in a very cheap way, but the overall function of the game being hit the colored lights is oddly a little satisfying, I will admit. However, I will say I still gotta give it to this PSP looking ass thing. I think this definitely has the most versatility as like, this is the most like quality, you get what you get kind of device. I then followed up with the Vortex Elite Gamer. Nothing about this feels like being a gamer, but at the very least, as a fun little light game to make my little baby brain ooh and it's a little satisfying. I think this is kind of a fun little thing. It's not very user-friendly, I don't think, but yeah, once you get past all that, yeah, it's fairly enjoyable. This is garbage. After all that bitching, I gotta say, I've worked up quite the appetite. Either I fucked up and got the wrong package, or I'm some weird bastard who eats Stumble Guy's blind bags. Yeah, so they had a lot of video game related merchandise, specifically a lot of stuff that's kind of fun with the kids these days, like Stumble Guys, which I don't know much about Stumble Guys other than this always was a Fall Guys knockoff, but it kind of became like a popular thing. Really weird, honestly. The fact that it got big enough to be on the same store shelf as like Five Nights at Freddy's merch, Mario merch, Sonic merch, Pokemon merch at Five Below here, really strange. I don't even think I saw Fall Guys merch, but Stumble Guys, yeah, that took off. I will say the packaging here is pretty cute. The fact that it is a hat probably references something. Again, I don't know a damn thing about Stumble Guys, but I'm about to. What the hell is this? All right, I got a character and a gummy bear. Cool. Yeah, I like the packaging. This is actually like really neat. Just the fact that it is a hat, and the fact that you get two little figures, and they're honestly like decently sized enough. If I gave a fuck about Stumble Guys, I'd say this would be an absolute win, but I don't. I do give a fuck about Kirby though. This was honestly one of the most interesting things I saw at Five Below. It's a Japanese import from Bandai Namco. It's like this little blind box of little Kirby toys, and I'm not sure if they're gonna be like squishy or anything like that, but yeah, very, very interesting. I wasn't really expecting to see like a Japanese import kind of toy at Five Below, but I mean, I guess like stores like that are getting a lot more popular. I'm seeing like more stores pop up that are kind of like whatever, like Box Lunch, or there's like stores that will have like a lot of Japanese import toys and just things like there's one at like a mall near me that I actually got like a Kirby automaton from. This was the only thing of this like style, like an imported little toy that I saw at Five Below, so I thought it was a little strange. So I will definitely say the Stumble Guys blind bag definitely had a little more pizzazz to it in terms of the packaging. This is a pretty quality little Kirby figure. It's not squishy at all. It's incredibly hard. But yeah, that's Kirby. I can't really complain about that. I do wish I got kind of a more interesting one. I can already see like a lot of the options on here. They have like Kirby from like Kirby's Dream Buffet on here, you know, fully round, like very, very big Kirby. Kirby with the mouthful mode. On the car from Kirby in the Forgotten Land. You know, they got Bomb Kirby too. You know, they got a couple of cooler options. Not a huge variety. So, I gotta say, I think Stumble Guys takes the win here, but, you know, Kirby's Kirby, man. I'm just more interested in this thing, which, I mean, like, look at Stumble Guys, man. Like, let's be completely fair here. As much as Stumble Guys is Stumble Guys, the things that you get here are a little more interesting than Kirby. Kirby's main selling point here, though, is the fact that it's Kirby, and I like Kirby more than I like Stumble Guys, which I don't like at all. Which is no offense to Stumble Guys, but Yeah, it's Stumble Guys. I don't play Stumble Guys. I haven't played Stumble Guys. I don't know what the fuck a Stumble Guys is, really. This is an interesting one. I mean, this is a bit of a mix between a mystery box and like a candy thing. This is a Mario Kart mystery item box. So, you know, it's designed to kind of look like an item box in Mario Kart. I'm not 100% certain what I'm gonna get in here. It says Racing Cup Candy Tin, Mystery Item Box, collect all 6 cup tins. So I think there will be a unique cup tin in here, and there will be candy inside. This was kind of in the clearance section of Five Below. Yes, Five Below has a clearance section. That is terrifying, what they consider not good enough to keep in stock. They're like, F these things. That's like double clearance. Like Five Below is already a clearance section, and then clearance at Five Below, like, that's like double jeopardy. Okie dokie. I kind of like this. So I guess the whole thing here is potentially like you get a different tin, and they all have like the different cups from Mario Kart on it. I got the special cup here, and the candy here is definitely going to be the same as a lot of the other tins of hard candy that you see like with Nintendo branding on it, which we definitely found some of that at Five Below. Opening this up. Oh god, I don't give a shit about this. This is like the most like generic like this is like, I don't know, man. Look at this stuff. This isn't fun. This is like gonna be super hard candy, and you chew on them and it's just gonna make like these really hard crunching sounds, and all it's gonna feel like when I'm eating this is like just like bursts of like sugar pellets are flying in my mouth. I'm not really into that. But at the very least, the tin is kind of cool. I think it's cute that it's a mystery thing. But I think I definitely do prefer the other Nintendo candy tins that I got here. Yeah, so I saw all of these in the candy section of Five Below, which again is normally one of the most fun places you can go at Five Below. These things I have seen in stock at stores for like decades at this point. I'm pretty sure for like 20 years. I'm certain this goes back as far back as like 2005 or so. The Nintendo Power Mints in the NES controller tin here. You know what's really weird? This has a copyright date of 2023. I guess they keep producing these things. They never really changed the design. I mean, what else do you change? I mean, like, it's literally just an NES controller. There's nothing really to update. But they always have the Nintendo Power branding, which is interesting. And another thing I find interesting here is on the back, it has a logo for the Nintendo eShop. And if I'm not mistaken, that logo is from the 3DS and Wii U era. I don't know. I don't know why the Nintendo eShop logo is on here. I've already had these before. These are nothing these are just like the most basic ass mints. I don't even think they look like anything, to be honest. Yeah, they're literally, it's literally like this looks dangerous. If you offered me this in your hand like this and it's unlabeled, I would run. They're literally just mints. The only reason why you'd kind of want these is for the cool tin. So at that point, you know, I'd probably go with this Game Boy one, which is a little more funky. This is grape flavored D-pad candy. Yeah, at the very least, it's like little hard candies in the shapes of D-pads, which is neat. It's at least something. I do also think it's kind of cute. They are officially like the Game Boy D-pads. They are in the molds of the Game Boy D-pad with like the little line indents on there, which is pretty cute. And then we have these, which again, these have been around for literally decades at this point. This Coin Blocks candy has been around since New Super Mario Brothers. The New Super Mario Brothers logo, the original Nintendo DS New Super Mario Brothers game, its logo is still on the bottom here, even though the copyright date is now 2023. Like, they've renewed whatever agreement they have with the company that makes this, Boston America Corp. And yeah, this is a similar deal to the, you know, D-pad candy. I do like these. You know, they do look pretty identical to, like, like normal Mario coins, which is fun. The candy, I don't really give a damn about candy like this. This does nothing for me. Like, this is just like a waste of energy for my mouth to chew on or suck on or anything like that. Here we have this one right here, which is mushroom sours, if you will. These are officially licensed, and these have been around for quite a while. There's something about these that always look like off-brand. Like almost like a bootleg thing. These almost look like they're like the old school Super Mushroom design. Like if you take a look at like what the Super Mushroom looked like in like the early 2000s before like New Super Mario Brothers, that's what this almost reminds me of. But yeah, I mean, they have Nintendo candies. That's something, I guess. And they have more blind bags. So firstly, Sonic Prime. I have not seen Sonic Prime on Netflix. Based on what I've generally seen when it comes to the consensus, I don't need to see Sonic Prime. What is it? A Paradox Prism Capsule. I know Sonic Prime is kind of based around like, you know, hopping throughout different dimensions and all of that. It is kind of neat that this seems like a very specific reference to Sonic Prime. So that's at least something. And, oh boy. It's him. This is honestly a pretty decent figure. You can put him on this stand here and you get some kind of crystal-ass looking thing. I haven't seen Sonic Prime. And I'm not gonna see Sonic Prime. This is a series too. They have a bunch of different ones you can get of different characters. I don't know. That's fine. Skibidi Toilet. Now, I know Skibidi Toilet isn't necessarily a video game, but it was created out of Gmod, which is like Team Fortress 2. You know, something, all right. I don't know what the f this is. What is this shit? Is there genuine lore to this? Damn, I mean, I'm sold. I've obviously been missing out. I really don't have much else. I mean, like, there's like a handful of this stuff, but like, honestly, like, what is there to say? So, there is this Super Mario Brothers movie figurine. I bought this because, like, holy shit, man. How tiny can you make this thing? This is so small. There's just something about this that seems, very pathetic. And I just want to see him in person. Now, I know, like, the whole gimmick with this seems to be this question mark block opens up and you get a little scene you can put him in. But, like, look at this thing. Like, what? How much did this cost? Yeah, $5. Okay, what is more worth it? This stupid-ass thing or this stupid-ass thing? You open it up like this and then you can, you know, fold this out like an easel, and then you put Mario there. This is really dumb. I'm sorry. Like, this is, I don't know, man. I mean, I guess it's kind of cool that you get, like, a little question mark box, but, like, I don't know. The little scene it puts you in is not very interesting. It's just, like, the mushrooms from, like, the beginning of the movie. And then you put Mario there, and it's just like, it's just a shitty little green, like, just sticker on the bottom here. I don't know. I'm not really that into this. Yeah, this comes off pretty easily. If you want a question block, just get this fucking thing. It's $3 in comparison, and it's so much better made. This is not very good. They do still make the Wonder Balls, and honestly, the only one that I even saw was a Mario-themed one. I remember there being, like, other ones back when I was a kid. I think there was, like, I don't know, some based around Nickelodeon. I feel like these kind of got not as popular because the whole gimmick with these is that, like, there's stuff on the inside, like maybe a toy. I guess now they put the toy underneath in the box. Well, then what's on the inside of this now? Oh, little trinkets, little whatever, Smarties ass things. I don't know. That's whatever. Sure. I think including the little collector's coin is kind of neat. Especially the fact, you know, this is like $3, so it's just like, I don't know, you get a fair amount for your $3 investment. Stickers, candy within candy. I don't know, that's pretty cool. I mean, either you can get that or Skibidi Toilet mystery figurines. So it's like, Define value. Okay, Five Nights at Freddy's sour orange candy pizza slices. I will always say, the format of this is kind of interesting. It's a tin can, but it's like a little pizza box. And then we have, yeah, just little slices of pizza in the exact same like hard candy kind of thing that we got with the Nintendo ones. Again, I'm not super into it. It's fine, but like, what am I gonna tell you? Like, yeah, I'm gonna put it in my mouth and I'm gonna be like, yeah, that tastes like very faint orange. Squish Command Squishy Foam Play Controller. This was only $1. This is definitely like one of the cheapest items you could get at Five Below. And yeah, I guess just like a little stress reliever. Let's see. This is horrible. It comes with a little keychain. I hate when things come pre-made with keychains. Firstly, this thing comes off very easily. Secondly, this thing is just like not not very well made. I mean, like, it's a very cheap little thing. I think I don't know. I'm just like, why attach a keychain to this? If I want to put a key, maybe put a loop on here for those who would love a keychain. I don't know, but it just I don't like it. I don't like when things come with keychains on them. Let me decide if I want a keychain or not. It advertises like, oh, it comes with a carry cord. Like, I'm just like, let me decide. I don't want to deal with that. It makes it hard to actually use it as a stress reliever. And I'm gonna be honest, this is a horrible stress reliever. A stress ball needs to be a bit bigger, you know? Like, this, it's like, what stress is that relieving? This honestly hurts at this point. It literally is so small in my hands. I'm just squeezing my hands really hard at this point. You got a D-pad in the middle, a diamond at the top. I guess 2 analog sticks down here, 3 face buttons. I guess it's mostly reminiscent of like an Xbox One controller, but still, man, what am I looking at? This might be one of the higher quality things I saw. It's just a Mario sticker book. You get 4 sheets, but it seemed like pretty high quality stickers. It says over 300 stickers, and I believe this whole thing was only $3.25. I don't know, man. This seems like a pretty good deal to me. Yeah, you get a first page that's translucent with a bunch of more puffy stickers for Mario, and you get a ton here. You get like a bunch of coins, you get a bunch of question mark blocks, power-ups, and then you have a bunch of like traditional like 2D art of Mario, a lot of the character icons that you've seen throughout the years. And then you get more standard stickers right here. Honestly, this is pretty damn nice. There's a bunch of stuff here, man. This honestly might be the best thing I've seen at Five Below so far. But I shouldn't say things too soon, because they sell tin signs, bitch. Keep out, gamer at play. Do not disturb. Leave food and drink at the door. Enter at own risk. That's cute. Oh, this has a date of manufacture as well, June of 2024. It's been sitting around for a while. The last thing that I saw was this stuff, which is there's nothing necessarily gamer themed about this other than the name being 1-Up. This is 1-Up freeze-dried peach rings, watermelon, and then sour strips. Kind of interesting. It feels like the 1-Up almost looks like the arcade 1-Up logo. Which is kind of weird. They put a little sticker on the Sour Strips one that says exclusive content, and it is one of the smallest damn QR codes I've ever seen in my life. Okay, I gotta see what this is all about.
Take your ice cream game from this to this with 1-Up's new freeze-dried strawberry sour strips. You've discovered a 1-Up exclusive recipe. It's
a video showing how you can put this on ice cream. I'm not necessarily jonesing for that, but we'll see if this is anything to write home about. Okay, so a freeze-dried kind of sour strip. I'm not getting a ton from this. I mean, it's supposed to be a little strawberry flavored. Okay, it's not bad. It's actually okay. Damn it, man. I love bitching. Now I can't do that anymore. I'm all out of shit to bitch about. I mean, I can just kind of talk about all of this stuff in general. Would I recommend going to Five Below to meet your gamer quota for the day? Well, this wasn't nearly all of the stuff that was even remotely gaming themed at Five Below. Most of the other stuff were branded. You know, they had like Pokemon coloring book, they had Pokemon and Mario and Minecraft masks. They had a ton of Minecraft related stuff. I mean, even just the posters they have at Five Below. They had a ton of toys, figures, all of that stuff. I honestly think if you just want kind of like some very affordable toys based on some like popular franchises, if you have a kid in your life that loves any like video game franchises, you know, a lot of the more popular stuff like your Marios, your Minecraft, Sonics, even Five Nights at Freddy's, they had like this whole little Funko section at Five Below, which, you know, it was interesting. They have a lot of stuff that I think at other places you would think would be kind of like a little more pricey, maybe, you know, $10 to $20 around that range. But at Five Below, you know, they have a lot of like pretty big names there. Now, it's probably the lesser popular big names. All the stuff in their Funko section was definitely not like the top of the line Funko Pops, I assume. But they had it there, so it's just like, you know, you can always just kind of walk through a Five Below and see if anything really trips your trigger. Now, when it comes to just video games in general, no. The only video games they really had, I mean, like, the fact I had to defend this thing and say, like, oh yeah, it's actually not that bad, that just shows how dire the situation is. I think it would have been really cool if I saw, like, some previous generation games there, stuff like some Xbox One or Xbox 360 games that are brand new, that are just kind of rotting there. I love that stuff. I love seeing what's still available or what they're trying to sell. Yeah, they definitely didn't have that at this one location. They might still have some video games available at certain locations, and I have B-roll that I filmed back in 2021. You know, they had some video games available back then, but it was all stuff that, like, nobody wanted. You know, I remember they had like a game-only copy of Starlink. They had like Rocket Arena on Xbox One. Like, who is buying this stuff? Most of the time, the video games available at Five Below pretty much boiled down to, here are things that are classified as video games, and that's it. It's like these were a couple of video games that were included in like a buyout they did of a bunch of a store's stock of things that didn't sell. So they were like, all right, yeah, screw it. Here's your little video game section. Like 5 video games that we have hundreds of copies of each that nobody wants. And it just kind of felt like the video game section of Five Below was just kind of like, here you go. Here's your video game section. We don't care. So I can't really say this is what video games are at Five Below right now. I would say I'm disappointed, but what the fuck are my expectations at that point? Like, Jesus Christ.